Welcome into the Davidson Wildcats Coaches Corner presented by Atrium Health. Matt Present joined by Scott Abell. Davidson falling on the road this past weekend at Presbyterian 29-24 the final. And Coach, the biggest thing you stressed in postgame was consistency. With one regular season game to go, what do you see as the avenue to building consistency down the stretch?
Well, I think there's a couple. I think there's a couple things there for us to be more consistent. Certainly, we need to be more consistent than we were Saturday. And I think first we got to trust what has worked for us all year to get us to where we are. Right? We have to trust the process. We have to trust our systems. And sometimes when you're tired, right, you're banged up. There's maybe a little less focus than you need, and you add on the stress of, hey, we're fighting for the first championship in the history of the program, right? And all of a sudden, maybe you're a little more undisciplined than you would be. You're not thinking about all those little things that got you to where you are, right? And so we'll take a deep breath here. And we met last night as a program and just said, hey, take a deep breath. And what has gotten us here is, we've trusted the process, we trusted what we do, and we've enjoyed doing it, right? Don't let the moment become bigger than it really is, right? Because at the end of the day, the scoreboard shows what it shows. All we can do is control all those small little battles in between, right? The start of the game and the end of the game. And we didn't do that very well Saturday in any phase of the game. And so we've got to really get back to doing what we do.
3 turnovers in the game on Saturday, a season high. It's really easy in football to point to that turnover differential, but how much was that a key, and how much does that kind of remind you of how well you've taken care of the ball throughout the year in terms of that leading to your success?
Well, certainly you can look right at that stat and say it's a big reason we've been successful this year. We've controlled the ball. We've won the turnover battle. On Saturday, we lost it by 2. And so that definitely jumps off the paper. I think if we don't turn the ball over, we win that football game, right? But I also would tell you, if we tackle better, we win that football game. I'd also tell you, if we made better decisions in every phase of our offense, whether it's in our backfield, whether it's up front, and how we were attacking them, if we trusted the process, we won that football game, right? And the turnovers, one of them was kind of right there, right? We didn't, we got away from what we do, and we missed a run through linebacker that caused a fumble on one of our outside option plays. Okay. At the end of the game, the turnover there, the last play of the game, somebody's trying to do too much. We got a young receiver that wasn't on the same page with our quarterback, just trying to do too much. And that's kind of what I'm talking about. We got to do what we do. It works. It's been really good formula for us. And just trust at the end of the day, that scoreboard's going to light up the way we want to light up, right? With the Cats in the victory column. And so, it's a key, and we need to take care of the football better. But there's a lot of things that go with that.
Well, still an enormous opportunity for you ahead on Saturday. Win and you're in as you welcome Stetson at home. They were leading San Diego at the half this past weekend. What is it that concerns you most? What is the biggest key come this Saturday against the Hatters?
Well, certainly, I think that one of the biggest things that concerns me the most is I think they're a much better team than their record would indicate. Okay, I think they have some really talented football players. I think they've put it together for quarters here and there, but haven't put that complete game together. Same thing with us. They were leading us last game, right? And at halftime, and we kind of came out and established ourselves in the second half, somewhat what San Diego did. So it's up to us to make that happen, right? They're going to work on putting a complete game together, and they're a talented team. And so you hope that your best shows up, because our best is really good. And I like we're back at home. I think that's a big key, right? I think this is back-to-back road games for them. We went through that last week, right? We came back from California, had to go on the road again, and so I think I love being at home. I think really we got to focus on ourselves, do what we do it better than we did it last week, and at the end of the day, that's what we can control.
Coach, I was just going to ask you about being back at home for the final regular season game of the season, a chance to go to the playoffs on the line. Your team knows it. How do you manage the excitement throughout the week?
Well, we're certainly excited for this opportunity in this game. But at the same time, right, I think probably some of that came into play last week, right? The weight of that on the shoulders of our young men. They understand, right, that we're not just talking about a championship type of season. We're talking about the first ever, right? And our guys understand that. And unfortunately, that becomes a weight on them. And I think our goal this week is try to get that weight off them and let them play football and have fun with it, and I know that's easier said than done because at the end of the day, they're smart guys and they understand the magnitude of this. But at the same time, I know for us to play our best, we just need to focus on the game and football and not let the weight of that moment weigh us down. And I think if we can do that, I think great things are ahead for us.
Well, Coach, we look forward to seeing both the excitement and the fun on the field on Saturday. Appreciate you joining me, and best of luck.
Thanks, Matt.
This has been the Davidson Wildcats Coaches Corner with Scott Abell, presented by Atrium Health. Kickoff on Saturday against the Stetson Hatters, set for 1 o'clock at Richardson Stadium. Join us for our radio coverage beginning at 12:30.